everyone, it's Raquel of Raquel's Carbon Cuisine, and today I'm going to show you how I make this cocoa pod into this beautiful, dark, delicious chocolate bar from scratch. The process was just absolutely amazing. So I went to a cocoa farm, and if you're not familiar with what chocolate is made from, this is it. A beautiful cocoa pod which is packed with cocoa beans. So chocolate is actually a fruit. Yes. And the cocoa season was a bit out, but I actually got a few, which is just awesome. Free of course. And cocoa tree is native to the Amazon rainforest, but it grows all around the globe. But the Caribbean grows the most rare and finest variety. So I will definitely be back when it's fully in season. So I got about a dozen beautiful cocoa pods, and I'm going to break into one and show you the delicious cocoa beans, and its flavor is just amazing. It's a bit hard to describe, but it tastes like a Jamaican guinea or a Trinidad Chanet or a lychee. It tastes really good. And right within the seed, just purple at the moment, is the actual chocolate. Yes. So now I'm going to remove all the cocoa beans to a container. Only the cocoa beans, the stem and the husk could be discarded. Then I'm going to cover this into a tight lid container, and I'm going to allow this to sit and ferment for about 5 to 7 days. Yes. And the fermentation process is what gives the bean its actual chocolate flavor, that unique chocolate flavor. Yes. So 5 days in, and this smells like a strong fruity liquor. I'm going to give this a stir, and I'm going to allow this to sit for another 2 days. 7 days is the mark. So 7 long days of fermenting, and it almost looks spoiled, but it's perfect. Now it's best to allow this to sit in the open to get rid of some of the moisture before roasting, but I am just going to pop this in the oven until it's fully roasted, which actually takes longer to roast due to its moisture. So what should have taken 15 minutes to roast actually took about 50 minutes, because you want the beans to be nicely roasted and dry. Just going to keep an eye on them and stir occasionally. And this is still mighty hot, but I'm just so eager to show you the beautiful roasted chocolate beans. Just going to remove the outer shell. Then you have the perfect whole roasted chocolate beans. You're going to give that a crush, and there you have chocolate nibs. Yes, and this smells so good. So I'm just going to continue removing all the outer shells until all is done, and it's actually a lot of work. It's time consuming, but the rewards will be great. And if you should taste a piece of this chocolate nib at the moment, it's actually very flavorful. 100% dark chocolate, but chocolate needs a bit of sweetness to be complete, so it's going to be slightly bitter. So now that we have this beautiful bowl of roasted chocolate nibs, now it's time to transform this to a chocolate bar. So first I'm going to add this to my bowl grinder, and I'm going to grind as best as I can. Then I'm going to add this to my blender along with some sugar, and I'm going to blend until smooth. But normally these chocolate nibs is added to a stone grinder, and it grinds well over 24 hours until it's creamy and smooth, releasing its natural cocoa oil. But I really don't have those fancy stuff right now, so I'm going to use what I have. So to the blender, I'm going to blend this until it's smooth, and I'm going to add a bit of my homemade coconut oil, which is going to help to move the blades of the blender. Yes. So after blending for a little bit, this is still not smooth enough. So I'm just going to continue blending. And this tastes absolutely delicious, but I find it still a bit grainy. Okay, so this could have been a little bit smoother, but this consistency is almost perfect. I'm going to pour this into my chocolate mold, and I'm trying not to spill, not even a bit, because this is just too precious. Then I'm just going to pop this into the freezer. And for the moment of truth, let us see what we have made. This is gorgeous. 100% dark chocolate, and we actually made this from a cocoa pod to an actual chocolate bar. This is absolutely amazing. And we did not even use all of those fancy stuff. And for the taste test, rich in flavor, melts right on your tongue. This is just beautiful. And for the remaining chocolate, I was trying to make milk chocolate. So I added a bit of powdered milk along with some condensed milk, and it changes the texture of the chocolate drastically. It was actually gummy rather than runny. Even when I tried to melt it, still trying to pour this into the mold, which was not perfect at all. So even though this was not perfect, but it formed beautifully and it was not able to bend. But guess what? This was delicious. And the remainder that was left in the blender, I added that to some hot milk, and I made one of the most delicious cup of hot chocolates ever. Creamy, rich, absolutely delicious. I just want to thank you so very much for watching.